continue to stand together, united in our determination that the protocol must go and our democratic rights as British citizens should be fully restored. Thank you.
I want to be clear to the House that this is not about scrapping the protocol. Our aim is to deliver on the protocol's objectives.
The statement today is a welcome, if overdue, step. That is a significant move towards addressing the problems created by the protocol and getting power sharing based upon a cross-community consensus up and running again.
Our aim is to deliver on the protocol's objectives. That this is not about scrapping the protocol.
Well, good morning and welcome to Friday morning at Restore UK. Going out to the usual Facebook platforms, also to the Twitter platform, and also to Restore UK on YouTube. Now, the reason why that we've decided to come this morning, and this is something that we don't normally do, but just a few days ago, we had huge concerns over the direction of travel with reference how that the Unionist community were being convinced that the bill that was announced in the Parliament earlier this week, well, that bill was leading Unionists in completely the wrong way. And for this exact reason, for one reason and one reason only, is that any self-respecting Unionist in Northern Ireland, well, if they would accept a border in the Irish Sea, the North Channel, separating Northern Ireland from England, Scotland and Wales, well, if they would, have they really thought things through? And I'll say that again, have they really thought things through? Now, as the week has progressed, we have noticed that several people that seemingly were on the side of supporting the bill that was coming through the Parliament, well, they have one by one, they have crossed back over onto the proper side of the fence, and that proper side being that there should be one consistent message from British Unionism here in Northern Ireland. And that one consistent message is this, that the protocol goes, or everything that flows from the Belfast Good Friday Agreement, well, Unionists should have absolutely no part in it. And whenever the great and the good, the commentators, the media, they tell you that the reason why there's a protocol is because that there was Brexit, well, that is absolute nonsense. The reason why that there's a protocol is because that they said that the Belfast Agreement had to be protected. From the Americans to the EU to the Irish government to some in our own Westminster Parliament, they said that that was the exact reason as to why that Northern Ireland had to have a protocol to protect peace, they said, to protect the Belfast Good Friday Agreement, they said. Well, it follows that the only tool that Unionists have in their box is to threaten that Belfast Agreement, to threaten those precious institutions, which the great and the good, which they run around this world and they promote as a successful peace process, when in effect that Unionists in Northern Ireland actually know that that Belfast Agreement and everything that flows from it, well, it's an appeasement process. It is absolutely nothing else other than, excuse me, an appeasement process. So just in this short clip, we wanted to really document where that it is that Unionists should be, and we wanted to list the people that has come out on the side of, and starting with Ben Habib, when Ben Habib would have written in the newsletter just yesterday, just last night. Now remember, Ben Habib is the man that would have came to Northern Ireland, a great friend of the people of Northern Ireland, the great friend of the entire United Kingdom. And Ben Habib had written in the newsletter just last night, I think it's in the newsletter this morning, where he said that the bill that was delivered through the Parliament just a few days ago, well, it is all but a con. And again, I'm going to emphasize that Ben Habib had said that it is all but a con. Last year, the British government, what they did was that they released a command paper. And in that command paper before July, well, that gave Jeffrey Donaldson, something to look at whenever that he took over the DUP. Now, they assessed things over the summer period, and they came back again in late August, and they had meetings with several people in this country. And Jeffrey Donaldson had stated that if nothing has moved with reference to this constitutional changing protocol by October of last year, that was 2021, well, what the DUP had offered through the leadership of Jeffrey Donaldson was that they would be walking away from Stormont. Now, we all know that that didn't happen, and that only happened before that there was an election looming just in a few months ago here in Northern Ireland. And are we going to be unionists that accept yet again another con job which kicks the can down the road, which gets people over the summer months, and which really delivers absolutely nothing at the end? The only thing that will deliver is that the protocol will have bedded in even further. And that shouldn't be acceptable to any British unionist who lives in Northern Ireland. And I am so glad to see that Ben Habib has actually come out yesterday and written that this is all but another con. So the question is this: should the protests against the constitutional changing protocol continue on, but this time with, I'm going to say, a harder message, and a harder message that needs to be delivered, in that everything that flows from the Belfast Agreement, well, that unionists should not operate within those institutions, within all of those mechanisms that flow from that Belfast Agreement, until that constitutional changing protocol is absolutely ripped up, is shredded, is gone in its entirety, with no green lanes or no red lanes or no customs checks or no regulatory checks in the Irish Sea. That is the only thing that should satisfy British unionists here in Northern Ireland. Now, I'm going to take a small lead here by playing a short video clip from Arlene Foster of the DUP. Now, what I want to do is that I want to play this, and I want to break this down when we hear certain words that Arlene Foster would have been using whenever Arlene was at the helm of the DUP. And, I asked the question to the DUP right now, and whilst I hear good language coming from only Ian Paisley Jr. at the minute, that it's either the protocol or it is the Stormont, the government can have both. The only person that is using that good language is Ian Paisley Jr. right now. Well, I am asking the DUP right now to come out and to stand with other unionists in this country who love this country. From Jim Allister, who would have said that this isn't all that it's being made out to be, to Ben Habib, who said that this is a con job, from us at Restore and other sites around the internet where people have been studying the detail of this deal, in where that we say that this doesn't restore fully the integrity, the constitutional integrity of the United Kingdom. So over to Arlene Foster. We'll use Arlene Foster's words to impress home a little message, and we ask the question: what has changed at DUP party headquarters whenever that Jeffrey Donaldson would have said that he welcomed the prospect of green and red regulatory and customs checks in the Irish Sea, separating Northern Ireland from England, Scotland, and in Wales?
Accept any checks across the North Sea, even if they are of a regulatory nature, not customs checks.
No, and it's been very clear all along that has been our one red line.
So that has been the DUP's one red line, that they would not accept customs or regulatory border between Northern Ireland and England, Scotland and Wales. So what has happened to that one red line when Jeffrey Donaldson would have welcomed what Liz Truss was delivering? And what Liz Truss was delivering was a border, a regulatory border and customs border in red lanes and on green lanes between England, Scotland, Wales and in Northern Ireland. What has changed at DUP party headquarters? Let's play on.
Cannot have either a customs border down the Irish Sea or a regulatory border, because that would make us separate from the rest of the United Kingdom.
So Arlene Foster, again, just to re-emphasise, is that she says we cannot have a customs or regulatory border between us and England, Scotland and Wales. Let's play on.
That doesn't work from a constitutional perspective, and it doesn't work from an economic perspective either.
What if there was some political declaration that, OK, we have to agree to the possibility of checks, but they'll never be used? There's no way that they can add some language that would make you happy with any kind of the extra checks?
So the presenter there just asked Arlene Foster, what if there was some checks and they could use some language, and, you know, is there any way in which you could accept that language? Listen very carefully to what Arlene Foster had to say.
No, because of course that would impede the constitutional integrity of the United Kingdom.
No, because that would impede the constitutional integrity of the United Kingdom. So the question is this morning, what is happening at DUP party headquarters? And we're looking, the PUP has come out just last evening, and they have delivered a clear statement in saying that, you know, they don't accept this bill. The Jim Allister doesn't accept this bill. Ben Habib doesn't accept this bill. Restore UK doesn't accept this bill, and various other sites with people in community leadership right around Northern Ireland. They do not accept this bill, because this bill separates Northern Ireland from the rest of the United Kingdom. And in Arlene Foster's own words, this impedes the constitutional integrity of Northern Ireland. Now, Arlene Foster has a legal mind, and, you know, what we're going to do is that we're going to go with Arlene Foster's words this morning. So there's the clear choice. The clear choice is this, that all unionists should have one clear message, and one clear message should be that either the protocol goes or nothing that flows from the Belfast Good Friday Agreement should be operated by any self-respecting unionist that lives in Northern Ireland. It's either the protocol or it's the Belfast Agreement and everything that flows from it. Thanks very much for listening, and just playing this out with Jeffrey Donaldson and how that the DUP language had changed over time. Thank you very much for listening.
That the protocol must go, and our democratic rights as British citizens should be fully restored. Thank you.
I want to be clear to the House that this is not about scrapping the protocol. Our aim is to deliver on the protocol's objectives.
The statement today is a welcome, if overdue, step. That is a significant move towards addressing the problems created by the protocol and getting power sharing based upon a cross-community consensus up and running again.
Our aim is to deliver on the protocol's objectives. That this is not about scrapping the protocol.